want to welcome everyone here for a very important hearing. We are going to be considering the nomination of Robert McDonald to be Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, and we're pleased to welcome Mr. McDonald to be here, and his wife, Deanne, as well. Thank you very much, and Mrs. Portman is here as well. We thank her for being here. We are going to be learning more about Mr. McDonald's many qualifications during his introduction and throughout the course of this hearing, so I won't spend time repeating what we're going to be discussing very shortly. What I do want to say is that I thank Mr. McDonald for accepting the President's nomination. And when he and I chatted, he said something to me that I thought was extremely important and revelatory. I asked him why he wanted to come into this job in this very, very difficult moment with so much partisanship here in the Congress and problems within the VA. And what he said was, the President, our Commander-in-Chief, asked me to serve, and I want to do well by my country, and I accepted that challenge. And I thank him very much for that. All of us know that the Veterans Administration runs the largest integrated healthcare system in the United States of America. Just today, if you can see the scope of it, over 200,000 veterans are walking into the doors of VA to get healthcare, just healthcare. And the truth is that the vast majority of those veterans feel good about the healthcare that they're getting, feel good about the staff they're interacting with. But we all understand that there are problems in healthcare, there are problems in the claims backlog, there are other problems, and Mr. McDonald's job is to, in a very significant way, in a bold way, start addressing those problems. And I don't want to get Mr. McDonald too nervous by mentioning some of these problems. He may pick up and walk out of here, but he does know that some 640,000 veterans have an appointment that is more than 30 days from the date that the appointment was initially requested or from the date that was desired by the patient. And clearly one of the challenges, Mr. McDonald, that you face is to make sure that all of our veterans get high-quality care in a timely manner. Not so easy, but that is one of your challenges. Furthermore, in terms of the challenges that you face, it is not only providing quality, timely care, but many of these veterans are coming into the VA with very, very difficult problems. I am in, and I'm going to get this book for my colleagues up here, reading a book by a fellow named Dave Finkel, writes for the Washington Post. It's called Thank You for Your Service. I don't know if any of you have read it. And what he talks about, he was with the troops in Iraq, and then he followed them after they came home. And this book is about PTSD, and it's about TBI. And it is a hard read. It is a very painful read to see what not only the soldiers are going through, but what their wives and their kids are going through. Now, how do we deal with the reality that some 500,000 people who served in Iraq and Afghanistan come home with TBI and PTSD? And the truth is, if you had unlimited amounts of money, that would be a very difficult challenge. How do we deal with that? It's unprecedented. Furthermore, it is my strong opinion that if the VA is going to do the quality health care that it needs to do, we are going to simply need more doctors, more nurses, more medical personnel, more productivity in the VA. And at a time when we have a shortage, national shortage of primary care doctors, psychiatrists, many other health professionals, how do we bring those people into our system? So healthcare, to my mind, is certainly a major issue, but that is not the only challenge that our new secretary will face. We have the Veterans Benefits Administration, which is now in the midst of one of the largest transformations in modern history, and that is going from a paper system to a paperless system. And in my view, they have done a good job at that. But problems remain. We want to make sure that in that transformation, as we bring down the wait times for benefits for claims, that we do it in an accurate way. And that's not so easy, and that's a challenge that you're going to have to face. One of the scandals, I think, in the modern history of this country, certainly since Vietnam, has been the number of homeless veterans that we have seen all over the country. And once again, in recent years, and General Shinseki played a good role in this, the percentage of veterans who are homeless has gone down. How do we keep that effort going? No person who put their lives on the line to defend this country should be homeless. We're making progress, but that's another challenge that you are going to face. So let me close by suggesting that I think that Mr. McDonald brings to us two very important qualities. Number one, he is familiar with the military because he has served in the military for many years. And he brings with that service a passion to take care of our veterans. And that is obviously an essential quality that we want from our secretary. But the other quality that he brings is he has been the CEO of one of the major American corporations, which has many, many employees, maybe not quite as many as the VA, but many, many employees. And it is no question, but that we need a good quality management, we need transparency, we need accountability. And I hope that Mr. McDonald's corporate experience will give him the tools that he needs to create a well-run and accountable VA.